We have a question from Josh, and he asks, I'm going into college. Tips to have a good social circle and date.
Well, you're going to have to leave your dorm room. Number one, you got to get out and you got to socialize. Ideally, something like joining a fraternity, because typically guys that are fun oriented and they like to have a good time. That's a great, college is a great place, especially if you're going to go off to college and you're getting a degree that's going to help you get a really good job. I mean, you shouldn't be in college and going, oh, I don't know what I'm going to major in, or I'm just here to have a good time and I will figure out my life. It's like if you're going to go to college and you're going to spend that kind of money, especially if you guys are going to go into debt or anything like that, you need to make sure that you're going to be able to get a job that's going to pay you well enough to make it very easy to pay that debt back first. But living someplace close on campus, especially like the big state universities, tend to have a strong Greek system. They tend to have lots of fraternities and sororities, football programs, sports programs, just cool reasons to get together and socialize, whether it's going to a football game with your friends or your roommates or your fraternity brothers. It's like they have socials where a fraternity will get together with a sister sorority, they call it, and they have socials and they mingle. And the idea is to socialize because who knows, maybe you'll meet your future ex wife or the great love of your life or the first girl that's going to break your heart or take your virginity or whatever. But you got to get out and participate and have fun and meet new people because sometimes in college and just like high school or growing up, some of those people become lifelong friends. And if you're going to a great school, you want to take advantage of the social life so you can meet other like minded people that are kind of on the same journey that you're on. Because people that like the same things tend to like each other. And if, instead of just going to class, going to the dorm, working a job, and then going to the library to study, and that's it. It's like take advantage of it. Get out and party and have a good time within reason, obviously, but you always got to focus on your studies. But anything that gets you out of the house to socialize so you can meet other people. But you also should get in the habit of improving your social skills, just being curious about other people, doing the things that I talk about in 3% Man and the video that I did many years ago called How to Improve Your Social Skills. You want to become a social person and just get out and be curious. Even if it's a group of girls, go talk to them. Or if you're hanging out waiting for class to the doors to open and you're standing around and you see a bunch of people there, ask them questions. Hey, what are you guys majoring in? Where are you guys from? Where'd you guys grow up at? I mean, just simple, basic questions like that are great conversation starters because it passes the time. And if you have what's interesting, especially this day and age, when you look at how people meet, the curve to where it like goes straight up is people in the last 4 or 5 years that say they met online. But when you look at how people used to meet, whether it's through bars or friends or family or work or whatever, the numbers are plummeting. And so what that shows you is that most people, especially younger guys, are kind of regressing socially because they spend so much time on a mobile device and not enough time interacting with other people. And as a man, especially in college, you can really set yourself apart if it's very easy for you to go and hang out and just talk to people wherever you happen to be, whether it's people in your class, whether it's dudes in your class, because maybe you become friends with them and you start hanging out with them and socializing. It all starts by asking questions and taking a sincere, authentic interest in other people. And if you're going to keep going back to the same class for the whole semester and there's a bunch of cute girls there, it makes it pretty easy to get to know them. And if every time when you're waiting for class, you're talking to different groups of people, there might be other really pretty girls that notice it seems like you know everybody because every time that you're there, you're always talking to different groups of people or different girls, groups of girls or whatever. And just by being social like that, other women will see you and perceive you as safe. And then they'll want to come over and might even start approaching you first, or they might come and sit down next to you in class to make it easy for you to chat them up. So anything you can do to improve your social skills and get out of your house and don't rely on dating apps or anything of that nature, you're going to really set yourself apart and set yourself up to have a great time in college, but also once you graduate, have lifelong friends that you'll know for the rest of your life.
I think another really good thing you can do is join like clubs and especially like rec teams. All the colleges always have like rec leagues and like like frisbee or something, like basketball, soccer, whatever sport you like, or even if you've never played the sport before, just join that because doing that, you got a physical activity as well as like you're going to become so much better friends with people that way, especially playing. So you get a better bond. I think especially for men, they get a bond if they play sports with people. I think
Yeah.
doing like a rec league is a great idea. The fraternity is pretty good, but that's not for everybody. So if that's not for you, I think the rec league is the way to go, or like definitely clubs and everything.
You got to do something to socialize. I mean,
Yeah,
fraternities can be, a time suck, especially when you're a freshman and you
and
go through
money too.
rush.
They're
Yeah,
expensive.
and you go through rush week, and then you got to be a pledge for a whole semester
Yeah,
and put up with the crap from the older frat bros that are going to give you a hard time, and that takes away from your studying. But it forms good, strong bonds because you all are going through the same things together. And it's like all of my friends that went away to different schools. It's they have a big group, eight to 10 guys that they always stay in touch with many decades later. And like I said, it's great to have friends that go back many decades because you get to watch each other go through life together. It's pretty cool.
What was your question?
yeah. I think the issue is too many people, especially nowadays. They just kind of stay in their room. They isolate. They self isolate themselves.
Introverts.
I don't think like the COVID helped with that. Everyone's just like, oh, they just kind of stay inside. It's definitely changed a lot. Yeah, you think it's more introverts?
Well, I mean, not like that, but COVID probably didn't help with that because you're staying inside, you're not socializing, you're mostly staying on your phone.
Yeah, you were imprisoned in the
And
dorm.
yeah.
Because a lot of these kids now they're in college, they kind of missed a lot of their high school and everything too. So they're kind of been like socially isolated for a couple of years too. So I definitely think it's definitely changed a lot.
Yeah, when I was in high school, when I wasn't grounded, which I was grounded most of my junior year, so I couldn't go out and do anything because my grades were bad. But like senior year, I made up for it. It's like every weekend I was out having a good time and socializing and just getting out and going to parties and stuff like that. And another great way to meet people is, especially if you're at a keg party, hanging out at the keg, because everybody's got to come to the keg to drink. And if you're sitting there at the keg and you're pumping it and you're pouring people's beers, all the girls come up to you. Oh, hey, where you guys from? As you're pouring it, you're like a bartender. You don't have to go anywhere. You can just stand there by the keg the whole night and fill up everybody's glass, and you get to know everybody that's at the party. And if you really click with a girl or a group of guys, then you can kind of step away and give somebody else the beer tap and let them take over, and then you and the cutie that you met can later on make your way back to your dorm room for sexy time.
Well, I was always the kind to just go to class, go home. Like right away.
So you don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
Karen likes, fuck these people.
Yeah, I'm just like, let me just.
Well, a
get
lot of
my
people
beer.
do that.
Yeah.
It's really common.
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't have like a dorm mate or like a roommate or anything like
No,
that?
I didn't stay on campus.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, you ended up having a roommate was doing OnlyFans. You later found out, right?
Yeah, but that was already when I graduated college. But yeah, I
Interesting.
would always go to class and then go right home. Like the first one out of the door, I'm just like,
Fuck these people.
yeah.
Then you just hung out with your regular outside
No, I
friends?
just go home.
Oh,
I'm like, it's
okay.
nap time now. I'm over this.
Yeah.
Life is hard.
Yeah.